Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will embark on a journey through The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a classic science fiction adventure by Jules Verne, one of the pioneering figures of the genre. Published in 1870, the novel takes readers on an extraordinary underwater journey aboard the enigmatic submarine Nautilus, captained by the mysterious and philosophical Captain Nemo. The novel blends thrilling adventure with scientific exploration, touching on themes of human ingenuity, the power of nature, and isolation. It remains one of Verne's most celebrated works and continues to inspire modern science fiction. Plot summary. The year was 1866, and an inexplicable mystery gripped the world seas. Ships across the globe reported sightings of a massive, unidentified creature, larger and faster than any whale known to man. Whispers of this strange being circulated from the bustling ports of America to the quiet docks of Europe, sparking fear and fascination in equal measure. Some claimed it was a massive sea monster. Others speculated it was an enormous submarine of unknown origin. But one thing was certain. It existed, and it was causing havoc in the maritime world. In the midst of this chaos, the United States government commissioned an expedition to hunt down this mysterious creature. Aboard the warship Abraham Lincoln, a crew of sailors, scientists, and experts set out to confront whatever lurked in the deep. Among them was Professor Pierre Aronnax, a respected marine biologist, who was as curious about the creature as he was determined to study it. Accompanying him was his loyal servant, Conseil, and a master harpooner named Endland, known for his skill in capturing the largest of sea creatures. Days turned into weeks as the crew scoured the oceans in search of the elusive beast. Just when their hopes began to wane, the creature appeared, an immense, glowing form beneath the waves, faster than any ship. The Abraham Lincoln gave chase, and in the chaos that followed, the ship collided with the beast, throwing Aronnax, Conseil, and Endland into the ocean. Clinging to the wreckage, the three men feared for their lives, but fate had other plans. As they drifted in the cold waters, they found themselves upon the very creature they had been hunting. To their astonishment, it was no living being, but an advanced submarine, a technological marvel far beyond anything known to the world. They were rescued and brought aboard by the crew of this vessel, the Nautilus, commanded by the enigmatic Captain Nemo. Captain Nemo was unlike any man they had ever met. A brilliant but troubled figure, Nemo had turned his back on the surface world, choosing to live in the depths of the ocean. He harbored deep resentment towards the nations of the world, especially their imperialistic and oppressive systems. His submarine, the Nautilus, was his refuge, a place where he could live free from the influence of any government or society. Nemo offered Aronnax, Conseil, and End a choice. They could remain aboard the Nautilus as his guests, free to explore the wonders of the sea, but they could never return to the surface world. Faced with little choice, the trio agreed, and thus began their extraordinary journey under the waves. For months, they traveled across the globe, from the coral gardens of the Indian Ocean to the sunken ruins of Atlantis. The Nautilus took them to places that no human had ever seen, allowing them to witness the beauty and danger of the ocean depths. Aronnax, in particular, was fascinated by the scientific discoveries, cataloging the creatures they encountered and marveling at the technological genius of the Nautilus. The submarine itself was a masterpiece, powered by advanced electric engines and capable of navigating the ocean's darkest depths. But not all was peaceful beneath the waves. The ocean, as beautiful as it was, also held many dangers. The crew of the Nautilus faced deadly encounters with giant squids, treacherous whirlpools, and attacks from hostile ships. Yet through it all, Captain Nemo remained a figure of calm control, guiding his vessel through peril with unmatched skill. However, as their journey continued, it became clear that Captain Nemo was a man deeply scarred by his past. He often disappeared into his private quarters, brooding for days, and his hatred for the surface world seemed to grow stronger with each passing moment. Aronnax learned that Nemo had suffered personal tragedies at the hands of oppressive governments, leading him to wage a silent war against imperialism. The Nautilus occasionally surfaced to destroy warships, vessels belonging to nations that Nemo despised. Aronnax admired Nemo's intellect and vision, but he could not condone these acts of violence. Meanwhile, Endland grew increasingly restless. He was a man of action, and the underwater life aboard the Nautilus felt like a prison to him. He longed to escape and return to the open air, but every attempt he made was thwarted by the vigilant crew. Tensions began to rise between End and Captain Nemo, and Aronnax found himself torn between his fascination with the mysteries of the deep and his desire for freedom. The climax of their journey came when the Nautilus ventured into Antarctic waters, becoming trapped in the ice. For days, the crew fought for their lives, working tirelessly to break free from the frozen grip of the ocean. At the brink of death, Captain Nemo's unyielding determination saved them, and they escaped the icy prison, but the ordeal left a mark on everyone aboard. As they continued their travels, Aronnax, Conseil, and End realized that they could not remain aboard the Nautilus forever. End, in particular, was desperate to escape, and he devised a plan to flee when the submarine surfaced near the coast of Norway. On a stormy night, the three men made their escape in a small boat, braving the turbulent seas in search of freedom. In the end, they were rescued by a passing ship, but the fate of Captain Nemo and the Nautilus remained shrouded in mystery. Aronnax was left with a mixture of awe and sorrow, wondering whether Nemo's quest for freedom had ultimately led to his destruction or whether he still roamed the ocean depths, forever isolated from the world above. If this book pulled you in, don't stop here. Explore the rest of Captain Nemo series by Jules Verne. Check the description or search Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Jules Verne's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.